Howdy y'all, and welcome to Creators Gaming. Today we're going to be making some signage. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. To start off with, we're going to use one of the large popsicle sticks, and I'm just going to cut it to size. This one's going to be a little under 3 inches wide. For the supporting sides, I am going to use smaller popsicle sticks around about 2 inches tall. And then I am going to hot glue that down. I am going to cut about 4 of those, and then I'm also going to do another popsicle stick for the top, and that is only going to be about 2 inches wide. For the roofing tiles on this project, I am using a jig that I had gotten from Dungeons by Hand, and I hot wired cut some XPS foam to do the top. I don't get paid to sing their praises, but I like their stuff, and if y'all are interested in any of their jigs, I will include a link to their store on my description of this video. Moment of truth, we're going to go ahead and start the hot gluing process. It's a little dab. Don't have to go too crazy with it, but it goes a long way, and you don't have to hold it very long. You don't have to sit there and wait, because everybody knows I have no patience. In case you're wondering on why I'm doing it in an L shape, it's where whenever I go and I put the backboard on where we can put our wanted posters or our jobs for hire, it has something that it can kind of hold on to and not be too flimsy. And since we at Creators Gaming do not break the bank, you guessed it, this is from another piece of trash. In the same dog and pony show, we're going to go ahead and hot glue that in so it won't go anywhere. And here I'm just going to reinforce the joints and make sure that it's not going to go anywhere or pop open. I'm also going to give a little bit of texture down at the bottom. That way it looks more like mud, or I can attach moss if I want to. It's just to make it to where it doesn't look like a piece of wood. This portion of the video, I would like to pause and remind you that you can buy us a coffee or become a Patreon. Links are in the bio. All proceeds go towards more craft supplies and making more videos. And now for the fun part, the roof. And no, it is not on fire. 90s kids will get it. But no, we're going to roughly measure it to size. If it goes over too far, we can trim it up some more even after it's glued down, because I'm going to be using my hot glue. Making sure to stagger them a little bit, that way in case our fantasy world we have a lot of rain, it will just flow off and not on our billboard. And it appears that I am struggling much more than I should. And a quick reminder, make sure you're using a low heat gun because it will melt that XPS foam. And remember, it doesn't have to look perfect. It's better if it doesn't. And after that's glued on, we're going to go ahead and put our topper on there. And as mentioned before, we're just going to trim up the excess pieces. Oh, I think it looks pretty good. Alright, we're switching gears. We're going to be using some of my washers, and we're going to be making some street signs. I like using these because they have a bit more heft to them, and they don't fall over as easy. I'm going to go ahead and use some of my popsicle sticks, and I'm using one of my minis to help kind of measure it out to make sure it doesn't look too funky or too big or whatnot. We'll see later in the video that I did use a piece of dowel rod for another street sign because I wanted it to have more than just going up and down the street. I wanted it to where if it's like a three-way, you know where you're going. And again, we're going to be texturing the bottom. That way, whenever we paint these, it will look like it's mud, or you can add grass, kind of like what you did with the billboard. Signs themselves, it's still more popsicle sticks. I just broke them up a little bit more where they're smaller. Some of them I want them to be kind of rough. The rest of them, I just want them to be kind of like arrows. So that's why you see me doing different things here. After the assembly is complete, I'm going to be using what I picked up from Black Magic Craft. I mixed some black paint in with my Mod Podge, and I'm just going to give it a healthy coat. Two extra coats. Just make sure you get all nooks and crannies, that way when you go back over it later to paint it, it has pretty good coverage. For the first layer of paint, we're going to be using a khaki acrylic. And just a reminder, and I know I say this in all my videos, that it goes on kind of bright. But don't worry, if this isn't an acrylic, it will get darker with time. Especially with that black undercoat. And I'm not going for full coverage. This is just kind of a messy, slap-on, get-her-done project. All in all, with all the dry time, I think it took me tops 40 minutes to make all of these. And with me being happy with the coating of paint that I have on there, I decided to go ahead and cheat and use a Sharpie marker to write the names on here. And for our muddy bottoms, I'm sorry, I guess we're still 13. For our muddy bottoms, we're going to be using burnt umber, which is also another acrylic paint, and I am going to muck up the message board a little bit more with that because I wanted to kind of stand out from our road signs. And the signs are made from, you guessed it, more trash. But I do like how they turned out. I think they're cute, even with them being crappily drawn, because I am not the best artist in the world, but I think it's cute. Just trying to decide on which signs I want to use and where I'm going to place them. I think it looks pretty good. There you have it. Super easy, super quick. I really like how these turned out. If you liked the video, please hit the like, subscribe, share the video. It helps out a whole lot. And I hope to see y'all again next Friday. Bye.